Good morning. How are you? 1 second, okay? Right. Nice or excited or happy. I am really, really good. And I'm so excited for no reason today. I think there is a reason because the new chapter that we're starting, I really, really love it. So I'm just looking forward to teach you all. And I'm just glowing because Delhi winters are here. It's my favorite season. What's your favorite season? Everyone tell me, what's your favorite season? My absolute favorite is winters. Abhishek, high five. Rest of you, I miss having these conversations in our break time. Like I remember that I used to come to every seat and we used to have these random conversations. Summers. How can you like summer, Shiva? Why is summers? Gee, I hate summer. If there is one thing I want to remove from this planet Earth is extreme summers. I don't want it. I hate it. And October heat. December winters, yes. And December में किसका birthday आता है, guys? दीदी. Birthday आ रहा है दीदी का, guys. क्या प्लानिंग है तुम्हारी? कैसे सीक्रेट सरप्राइज करोगे मुझे? चलो बताओ. अभी तो सीक्रेट देने मुझे सरप्राइज तो चाहिए. तुम जैसे भी दो. मुझे नहीं पता. हाँ, ट्रू. इट्स माय बर्थडे. मेरा सरप्राइज का है. मेरा बर्थडे सरप्राइज प्लान होना शुरू हो गया है ना. मैं पहले ही बता रही हूँ तुमको. मेरे को तो चाहिए सरप्राइज. Hello Divya, hi Amit Yadav, how are you? No, not today, Sanya. It's in 1 month. So I'm giving you 1 month's time to plan a surprise for me. खुद प्लान करना है तुम्हें. तुम्हें प्लान करना है दीदी के लिए सरप्राइज. मैं तो बता रही हूँ. अच्छा, you like summers because you get holiday and you play, right? Makes sense. Good morning. Good morning. Are you all morning people, night people? Like, do you stay awake late at night or do you wake up early in the morning? Please open school on that. If there is no school open, I still want surprise. I want virtual surprise. बता रही हूँ guys, 1 month पहले advance में बता रही हूँ. Didi's birthday is 5th December. Didi wants surprise. Didi loves surprises. So even if we give it on virtual, I don't care. I want. Hello, Aryan. It's on 5th December, Amit. Lakshmi is attending. Okay. ये कैसे चल रहा है लक्ष्मी दिव्या का? तुम साथ साथ कैसे होते हो हमेशा? मैं सोच रही हूँ अब इस बारे में. क्या तुम साथ में पढ़ते भी हो या नहीं? या सिर्फ मस्ती करते रहते हो? तुम सोचते रहोगे अरे दीदी क्या बोल रहे हो, क्या 6 स्टैंडर्ड की बातें कर रहे हो, ये सोचते रहते होगे. क्यूट मॉर्निंग टू माय क्यूट दीदी. थैंक्स योर बडी. थैंक्स. Today, me and my family will celebrate my cousin's birthday. That's so good. I feel like we're all done with coronavirus and we should all celebrate a little. So I'm also going to celebrate little bit on Diwali, like not much, not meeting a lot of people, but I want to meet my best friends. It's been really long since I've met my best friends, so I really want to meet them. Um, so I will do something with them, I think. I think you all will have plans na for Diwali. चिल्ड्रंस डे इज कमिंग. दिलीप पहले तुम मुझको स्ट्रेस दे दो. मैं तुम्हें बता रही हूँ मेरे बर्थडे आ रहा है. तुम मेरे बर्थडे पे सरप्राइज प्लान करो. लास्ट ईयर चिल्ड्रंस डे पे याद है गाइस हमने क्या सरप्राइज दिया था तुमको? मजे आ गए थे बट है ना. करना पड़ेगा अजय, करना पड़ेगा मेरे बर्थडे का. तो मुझे नहीं पता. अच्छा एक ही मिनट बचा है. हाँ, ये सारी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्वर्सेशंस बाद में करेंगे आफ्टर क्लास. जस्ट 1 minute left. So I will start sharing my screen and we will start having our conversation a little structurally. So 1 second. दरवाजा बंद करो. हाँ, अरे अभी बहुत टाइम है. आते ही मतलब मैंने 1 सेकंड नहीं लगाया है और ये चालू. मतलब 1 सेकंड दे दो मुझे डिसेबल करने के लिए गाइस. ओके, आई हैव डिसेबल्ड नाउ. कैसे आते ही भग के फटाफट. बाय द वे योर नेम्स आर रिफ्लेक्टेड. ओके, सो आई नो हु इज डूइंग व्हाट. Attack. Aryan, Dilip, stop it. I will remove you from the chat if you do this, okay? All right. It's okay, Dilip. Happens. Okay, so we're going to take 1 minute and we're all going to think about which one of these images reflects our current mood, like what are we feeling right now, which image reflects that, and what is the reason for it. And after 1 minute, Didi is timing, okay? So I'm timing, and 1 minute बाद सब लोग लिखेंगे chat पे कि कौन सा image तुम्हें define करता है and क्यों. Okay, you have 1 minute to think एंड सी की कौन सी इमेज. 11-1 हो रहा है. 11-2 पे सब बताएंगे. दिलीप 11-2 का मतलब पता है ना? 11-2 पे. राइट, दीदी इज ऑल्सो थिंकिंग. अभी रुक जाओ शहबाज. In 1 minute you have to tell, and you have to tell why also. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Everybody share your number and share why you are feeling like that. Ajay, Shehbaz, you have to tell us why you are feeling like you're on 20 or you're on 21 or you're on 10. 20 because I'm Conqueror Tiara at PUBG. Is that what you're doing with the phone, Ajay? Okay, rest of you. 3. Why Ajay 3? 10 because I'm very excited that today is my cousin's birthday. PUBG nahi chalta hai. Oh shit. Okay. Pradum, you have to choose one person on the screen and tell us why you're feeling like that person. 13, my friend didn't come yesterday to play cricket. Oh shit. धोखा. 13 कहाँ पे है? ओहो, नाराजगी. 20 because my reflection aware me of who I am. Deep, your buddy. 3 because today is your brother's birthday. Please wish him from my side. Happy birthday, Pooja's brother. Rest of you. Okay, can you get okay, 9 because I want to enjoy every moment. Amazing, Mahima. Ajay 9. Why 9, Ajay? Okay, can you guess Didi's mood today? What's Didi's mood today? What do we have to do? You have to guess Didi's mood, Pradum. 10. Okay, let's see कहाँ पे है 10. 10 ये रहा, 21 ये रहा. 21 क्यों होगा? I'm laughing so much. I'm not sad. 12, Didi 12. 15. 12. Okay. किसके साथ दोस्ती मेंटेन करी? 15. Why 15, Pooja? I'm curious. 9. 100%. Okay. 19. 9. I think Fatima has guessed it correctly. I feel very, very mischievous today, and I'm also feeling very happy for no reason. Maybe the reason is that I have to sit without a fan and I'm wearing a sweatshirt and it's winters. And also because I'm going to teach geography, which is obviously my favorite subject. I think I have established that a lot of times now. So yes, so I am feeling like I'm at 9 and I'm at a rope and I'm swinging and I'm really, really happy. So with that and with that mood in mind, we're going to move into our new chapter, right? So our new chapter is सबसे पहले attendance ले लेते हैं, उसके बाद करते हैं new chapter. Just give me a second. Okay, right, done. All right. So our new chapter is very, very interesting and very, very exciting. Okay. And it's going to be all about you. So today you all will be participating a lot, interacting a lot, and the whole class, the way it is, will depend on you and your participation. So if you are all ready, give me a quick thumbs up on the chat. And if not a thumbs up, then a big, big, big yes. If you're ready to move into geography. Yes, इतना छोटा फीका. Yes, Amit, मतलब. Yes, Aryan, I like your yes. I like Pooja. I like Abhishek's yes. And शहबाज तो हमेशा ही उल्टा चलता है. शहबाज अगर कभी सही मैसेज कर देना तो मेरा दिन बन जाएगा. कुछ और करते हैं. नहीं अजय, बोर्ड्स आ रहे हैं. Amazing Mahima. Okay, great Nidhi. Right. Yes, 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 yes. Amazing Dilip. I love your yes. Ajit, I love your yes. All right. With this mood in mind and with this excitement in mind, we are going to move into our chapter. So we will stop on the chat now, right? So we're completely stopping on the chat and we're moving into the chapter, and Didi is going to get suddenly all serious. Okay, so all of this mood will go and vanish again somewhere, and Didi will get very, very serious with the next slide. You will see, right? All right. अचानक से सीरियस हुई ना मैं. हाँ. Okay. All right, welcome to your chapter. This is your, I think, 7th chapter in your geography textbook, and it is called Human Settlements. So with the name, can you guess what we will be talking about today? अगर तुम्हारा favorite topic है तो बताओ अजय, what is it about? Like, what is human settlement? Can you guess? And what will it be related to? गली में रहना. Okay, land, Mumbai. Okay, you're settling only in Mumbai? Do all people across the world settle only in Mumbai? We're talking about humans. Development, people's lifestyle, expansion of human settlements. Very, very fancy. Basically, human house development. Settle as you need. Land where people living. Okay. Right. So we have a lot of thoughts going on. Place where people settle. Human development and land. Okay. First things first, we will not be focusing on land. We will be focusing on people, right? And what we will be looking at is how do people organize themselves. ठीक है? तो इस term का क्या मतलब होगा? How do people organize themselves? What can you guess from this term? What would this term mean? People organizing themselves. What would this mean along with human settlement? Like, keep both the things in mind. So Divya says lifestyle. Okay, Aditya, thank you. Lifestyle. All right. What else? Don't send reply privately, everyone. Please reply on everyone chat. Technology, development. Okay. Do you also think that people live in a specific way? Like there is a difference between, for example, how people live in Mumbai versus how people live in a village in Bihar? Do you think there is a difference between that? Right? Ajit says yes, Fatima says yes, Dilip says yes, Pooja says yes. So what do you think is the basic difference? What do you think is the basic difference? Lifestyle difference, okay. In terms of human settlement, like how people live, how people settle, what is the difference? Living, what else? Let's go beyond abstract. Let's get more specific, right? What in living? Houses, amazing Shubham. So you're closer. So houses क्या है? मतलब houses ज़्यादा बड़े गांव में होते हैं and छोटे बॉम्बे में होते हैं, और maybe spaces में कितना difference है? Kutia, all right. So you live in a hut, atmospheric conditions, working hours in village, facilities of electricity, agriculture huts, language, economic development. So a lot of things are different, right? But the basic difference is that the space between houses is much more in villages as compared to space between houses in Mumbai. Is this correct? The spatial division is very, very different, right? So that means That is the basic crux of how people are organized. तो मतलब गांव में जो organized way of living है, उसके अंदर लोग थोड़े distance पे रहते हैं, and urban centers like मुंबई में जो वे ऑफ लिविंग है, वहां पे लोग थोड़ा क्लोज, थोड़ा पैक्ड रहते हैं फॉर वॉट एवर रीजन. वी विल गेट इन टू द रीजन लेटर, बट दिस इज द बेसिक वे ऑफ ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट. सो द वे ह्यूमंस ऑर्गेनाइज देमसेल्व्स to live in a particular space, that is what human settlement mean. Is this clear? Is this clear? What human settlement is clear? Thank you, Abhishek. Rest of you, thank you, Ajay. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Ajit. Thank you, Mahima. प्रदुम, एक एरिया में लोग किस तरीके से अपना घर प्लेस करते हैं, कितने गैप पे, कितनी स्पेस में, उसको बोलते हैं ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट. ठीक है? ऑल राइट, थैंक यू शिवा, थैंक यू शहबाज, थैंक यू निधि. और टुडेज ऑब्जेक्टिव इज कि हम पढ़ेंगे कि ब्राजील और इंडिया में लोगों ने अपने आप को किस तरीके से प्लेस किया है, और हम उसको डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे. ठीक है? अच्छा, व्हाट इज वन एसेंशियल कंपोनेंट इन डिफरेंशिएशन? One thing without which you can't do differentiation with Didi. Can you tell me, in the structure, in this skill of differentiation, what is one essential component? Yes, Ajit, you can ask. Rest of you, can you respond to my question? हम differentiation में one main चीज क्या लेते हैं? I know, Ajay, I keep a tab of things. Don't worry. अच्छा, डिफरेंशिएशन में एक मेन कंपोनेंट क्या होता है? लेट्स आंसर दैट ऑन चैट प्लीज. प्लेस ऑफ लिविंग? नो. Ajit, because that's in the textbook. In the whole textbook is about only Brazil and India, so we do Brazil and India. Factors. Amazing, Aditya. So we call it point of comparison. Do you remember that? The sidebar that we make, that will differentiate all our answers from everybody across the city, right? So we are going to keep in mind that when we are differentiating, we will definitely add points of comparison. Okay? So when we are reading human settlement right now, in our mind, we will be drawing those points of comparison. Okay? Now we are going to move into what human settlement means. So it's organized way of living, like I pointed out. Now there are three main ways in which you can organize yourself. Okay, one is nuclear, one is dispersed, and the third is the linear way, right? What do you see in the nuclear way of living? Can you connect it to the term nuclear as well? न्यूक्लियर का क्या मतलब होता है, न्यूक्लियर वे ऑफ लिविंग देखो कैसा है. Can you write on chat ki what if you have to define nuclear human settlement, then people are very close. Amazing, Dilip. What else? People live close to each other. Close, okay. And if you connect it to the term nucleus, does that make sense to you? Houses of people are very close, concentrated in a circle. Amazing, Amit. Ajit, can you connect the term nucleus and nuclear settlement and tell me the similarity? Population density is high, particles are more close. Amazing, Dilip. So nucleus, in a nucleus, what happens? You live, the particles are very, very close and attracted to each other, right? Similarly, nuclear settlement may people are living very close and concentrated around one common thing in the center, right? So that is the nucleus concentrated way of living. If I ask you for an example of a place where you see nuclear settlement, can you give me the example? In India, any place where population density is high. Mumbai, amazing. Mumbai, what else? Beyond Mumbai, let's think beyond Mumbai. Dharavi, amazing, Divya. So you're getting more specific. Dharavi, right? Thane. The space is a nucleus and the house of people is a small particles. Amazing, Ajit. So he is basically made that into a space of nucleus and small particles as households connected together. Amazing interpretation of how nuclear settlement is related to the term nucleus, Ajit. Delhi, Mumbai, amazing, right? So a lot of urban centers. So wherever occupation opportunities are a lot, people generally live in close clusters, right? Now, in dispersed settlement, people are living far away from each other at long gaps. Now, where would we find such spaces? जहां पे लोग इतने गैप्स पे रह रहे हैं, ये किस तरीके की विलेज in village? Amazing. Palghar, you're saying, okay. And why in village do people have so much space? If we think about it, like what would be the reason? Undeveloped country, because there are many farms, less employment. Amazing, Ajit. So Ajay, sorry. So we're interrelating, we're drawing a point of comparison. So point of comparison में हम लिखेंगे employment, और अगर हम न्यूक्लियर के नीचे लिखेंगे तो हम लिखेंगे more employment, और अगर हम dispersed के नीचे लिखेंगे तो हम लिखेंगे less employment, right? तो हम इस तरीके से पॉइंट ऑफ कंपैरिजन ड्रॉ करते हैं. हम दिखाएंगे कॉमन फैक्टर क्या है, उसको यहाँ पे लिखा, फिर हमने अपना डिफरेंस क्रिएट किया. दिस इज हाउ वी डू डिफरेंशिएशन, करेक्ट? अभी थर्ड पार्ट है लीनियर. इस चैप्टर में हम लीनियर पे फोकस नहीं करेंगे, बट लीनियर इज बेसिकली लिविंग इन अ सिंगल लाइन. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ living in a cluster like position, you're living as a single line, right? So you can see it in the image. You live matlab almost like your lanes. Yes, Amit, but your lanes also, people live at houses one above the other, right? But that's not something that happens in a linear space. Linear space is very, very organized and has specific houses at specific gaps. Okay, so we are only going to focus on dispersed and nuclear way of living. Are both those ways of living clear? Yes, Ajit, like gully. Clear? Amazing. Okay, Abhishek, amazing. Right, so we're going to move forward. Now I will put a picture and you will tell me which way of living is this picture indicating. Ajit, lane. We call it lane. All right. Okay, which way of living do you think this picture will have? Nuclear, dispersed, or linear? Dispersed. Amazing. Pooja, rest of you? Nuclear. Dilip, why do you say nuclear? Just because two houses are closer, but do you see कि इतने इतने gap पे कोई भी घर नहीं है? Dispersed, 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 dispersed. Correct answer is dispersed, guys. Even though we see 2-3 houses together, but we see बहुत बहुत gap पे कुछ लोग नहीं है. और अगर आप physiography देखो तो यहाँ पे thorns and shrubs दिख रहे हैं, which are only available in desert regions, right? And in deserts, less people live. तो हमें ये सारे connections draw करने होते हैं, and then we have to come to conclusion, okay, this will be dispersed way of living, right? Next is this. What way of living would this be? Linear. Amit says linear. Rest of you, Ajay says linear, Ajit says linear, Sheba says linear, Sanya says linear. Amazing. So this is Ritesh. It is not nuclear. You can see there is a road in the middle and the houses on both the sides in a very linear fashion. So it will be linear way of living, right? And the third one here, what do you see here? It's also a very, very common sight in Bombay. Nuclear, right? So many people are living in such a concentrated space. So this is nuclear way of living. But nuclear way does not only mean one house above the other. It also means cluster of houses just mashed together, right? So the gullies of your community will not be linear. They will be nuclear. because there's not just one gully, there are multiple gullies forming different clusters. So all together that community becomes a nuclear community where a lot of people are living in a very small space, unlike this community which is spread across only one long gully and different houses on that gully, right? Ajit, not so in a community there is not just one gully, right? There are multiple gullies moving in and in different directions. No, for this settlement you just need one long gully. If there are more than one gullies, then that does not remain linear. That becomes nuclear. That becomes like a cluster. तो आप ऊपर से व्यू लोगे, गूगल मैप की तरह जूम आउट करोगे, तो आपका पूरा लोकेलिटी न्यूक्लियर दिखेगा. जूम आउट करोगे तो आपको एक सिंगल गली नहीं दिखेगी. जैसे अगर आप इस एरिया में जूम आउट करोगे तो आपको एक सिंगल गली दिखेगी. सो वी डोंट हैव टू थिंक फ्रॉम अ पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ zooming in, we have to think of a perspective of zooming out. Is this clear? तो zoom out करके हम देखेंगे तो हमारा एरिया लालजीपाड़ा would be nuclear. करेक्ट? समझ आया पॉइंट? हम zoom out से देख रहे हैं, zoom in से नहीं देख रहे हैं. ये सबको क्लियर है? Two main things you should be clear with: nuclear and dispersed. Amazing. Thank you, Shehbaz. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Mahima. Thank you, Nidhi. Waiting for 2 more people to respond. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Shiva. All right, we're going to move forward. Now we're going to look at map of India and हम comparative value में देखेंगे. हमारे देश में वैसे ही आबादी बहुत ज्यादा है, तो आबादी तो हर जगह दिखेगी, पर हमें देखना है ज्यादा concentrated आबादी कहाँ है and dispersed थोड़ी कहाँ है. तो हम differentiate करेंगे only in nuclear and dispersed, right? तो मैं अभी यहाँ पे पॉइंट आउट करूंगी, जिस एरिया पे पॉइंट आउट करूंगी तुम गेस करोगे कि वहां पे न्यूक्लियर है या डिस्पर्स्ड है. ओके, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट दिस एरिया, इज देयर न्यूक्लियर सेटलमेंट और डिस्पर्स्ड सेटलमेंट? न्यूक्लियर, अमेजिंग. ओके, ग्रेट. ऑलराइट, if I talk about this area, dispersed, amazing, dispersed, correct, all of you are correct. It is dispersed settlement. And if I talk about this area, लीनियर नहीं है. लीनियर कैसे होगा? मतलब तीसरा वाला नाम डालना है बस. Can you give me a reason why linear, Shiva and Shehbaz? It is also dispersed. It's not nuclear. Ajit, compare it with this. वैसे तो whole India is nuclear, but when you compare these two things, तो यहाँ पे ज्यादा concentration है as compared to this area. तो इसलिए यहाँ पे हम dispersed settlement देखेंगे. Okay, what is this area called? Physiography क्या है इस area की? This is central India. What is it also called? Which plateau? Deccan Plateau. Amazing. So it's called Deccan Plateau or the peninsular region, right? And which are the two main states here? Can you identify the two main states of this place which have the highest population in India? Also have elections? No, it's not Maharashtra, your buddy. What are you saying? It's UP Bihar. Yes, like everybody is saying. It's not MP. Ajay, MP is here. Madhya Pradesh in the middle of India, right? So this is UP and Bihar. So UP and Bihar have the highest population in India, and they have a concentration of people, right? And we also studied the reason for it in the last class. We will get into that detail later on. So we have somehow figured out कि nuclear and displaced India में कहाँ है, right? तो अभी nuclear settlement की official definition पढ़ लेते हैं. Its nuclear settlement are towns where buildings are close together, often clustered around a single common thing. Right? Now we will study कि इंडिया में कहाँ पर ये न्यूक्लियर सेटलमेंट प्रेजेंट है. Right? The first point they say is नर्मदा वैली. तो we will first see कि नर्मदा वैली कहाँ है. एक सेकेंड. Right. So here you can see the Narmada river, and around the Narmada river, the whole region around Narmada river will have a huge settlement. Why we studied that around a river it forms a basin where it's easier for people to live and settle, and that is why around Narmada we have a huge settlement of people. The second part is paddy lands of Bihar and UP, right? So the second part I will indicate again. Once again. अब यहां पर आप देख सकते हो, can you see these light blue lines? Maximum number of light blue lines pass through UP and Bihar. What does that indicate? Can you tell me? UP and Bihar से maximum ये light blue color की lines जा रही है. Can you tell me what does this indicate? It creates more land for agriculture. Why? What do these blue lines indicate? Ganga river, amazing. Rivers, exactly, right? So it's not just Ganga river, it's a lot of tributaries of Ganga river as well. So maximum number of rivers pass through UP in India, because of which the land is very, very fertile. It has a paddy land, which increases the growth of agriculture a lot, and hence it has maximum human settlement as well. The third part is Vindhyan Plateau. So first what we will do is we will figure out where is this plateau. The only plateau that we have studied till now is Deccan Plateau. So where is this Vindhyan Plateau, right? So we will see कि ये जो Deccan Plateau है ये lower half of India में है, और जो Vindhyan Plateau है ये कैसे बनता है, ये हमें अपने दिमाग से बनाना है, right? तो do you think ये विंध्या रेंज के साथ साथ एक रेंज ये हो गई माउंटेन की, प्लेटू के लिए हमें 3 रेंजेस चाहिए. ओके, one range is Vindhyas. The second range which will make up Vindhya plateau, can you tell me which one would it be? Looking at the map. Aravali, amazing, right? So we will find Aravali. And which one would be the third range that will make a that will complete this plateau? Let's think deeper. Aravali was very easy. The third range, amazing, Amit Yadav. So it will be Himalayas. So as you know that Himalayas are placed here. Himalayas are here. So these Himalayas will form the third part of this plateau and complete this range. So this will be a small Vindhyan plateau. And because it is connected to Himalayas and so many rivers are flowing from Himalaya, this plateau will have a lot of human settlement. Are these 3 places clear where we have maximum human settlement? So this is nucleated settlement in India. Amazing. Right. Now we are going to move into dispersed settlement in India. Right. Now dispersed settlement, अगर हम ये मैप देखें और इस मैप में फिजियोग्राफी है, तो हम क्या गेस कर सकते हैं कि कहाँ पे लोग कम रहना प्रेफर करेंगे? Let's try and guess कि कहाँ पे लोग कम रहना प्रेफर करेंगे. Looking at the climatic conditions of that place, looking at the physiography of that place, where would people like to settle less? Rajasthan, very amazing. Rajasthan, yes, correct. Desert area, why would people want to live there? Himalayas, amazing, Mahima. So in Himalayas, because the climate is so cold, people wouldn't like to live there. So Rajasthan and Himalayas would be the main ones. Can we think of one more where people would prefer to live less? Delhi to because of the pollution, but unfortunately we have so much employment in Delhi, Ajit, that people love to live here. Islands, okay, islands is very interesting point, but it's not included. Um, it's not considered a part of dispersed settlement. It's more like isolated settlement. That's the fourth part we haven't actually studied. Jammu and Kashmir would come under Himalayas, Divya. Yes, Ajay, I got your point, which is very interesting, but it forms the fourth form of settlement called isolated settlement that we are not studying right now. Near deltas. Okay, can we also think of this region? What is this region? This region is a plateau. It is an elevated land. It does not get so much rainfall. Do you remember the southwest winds and the northeast winds both ignore this central region? So it doesn't get a lot of rainfalls, and hence there is not much employment also here. All of these rivers also directly flow here, and they are seasonal rivers, so there's not much year round employment in this area, and hence central India also becomes a part of the place people wouldn't want to live in much. Okay, it is a huge part, but people don't prefer living here, right? So we have three main areas, like you all correctly and amazingly identified. So we find tribal parts, okay, which are there in the central India, where there is less rainfall because of this less employment, and because there are seasonal rivers, hence there's not year-round employment. So people do not prefer living here. Majorly tribals live in some forest areas in the center part of India. Then there is east and south part of Rajasthan, which would be this region, eastern, one second, eastern region, and this southern region, right? So these two parts, along with this, the slopes of Himalayas, as you correctly identified. So because of the physiography of these areas, people do not prefer living in these three areas, right? If we recall, three areas where people want to live: near Narmada, near UP Bihar, and also in the Vindhyan Plateau. Three places where people don't want to live: uh, eastern and southern part of Rajasthan, central India, and Himalayas. Is this clear? Is this clear? Amazing. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Pradum. Thank you, Mahima. Thank you, Sanya. We're going to stay for a longer period of time in the class today, so please stay patient, okay? Right. Thank you, Ajit. Amazing. Right. So now we're going to move into a very, very interesting activity. What you have done is you have lived in both nucleated and dispersed settlement. Can you tell me कि nucleated settlement आप कहाँ रहते हो? Very easy. Ajay, but when you go to UP, do you live in an urban area? You don't, right? Mumbai, right? So urban area is Mumbai. And when you go back to your village, you live in a dispersed settlement type of situation, right? Some of you at least have experienced both the forms of nucleated and dispersed settlement. Yes, Ajay, that is a city. If you live there, then that's different, right? तो अभी क्या होगा, अभी आप 3 मिनट लोगे और आप अपने एलसी ग्रुप्स में जाओगे और आप एडवांटेजेस एंड डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ लिविंग इन अ न्यूक्लिएटेड सेटलमेंट डिस्कस करोगे. सो लिविंग इन अ प्लेस लाइक मुंबई, you will think of all the advantages and disadvantages and quickly write in 3 minutes on the group as many points as you can think of. So let's get into our phones and start typing, and I am looking at your chats. Ajay, please write on your LC group. Let's fast get into our LC groups and start typing. Type as much as possible. More employment in urban areas. Amazing. Employment. Yes, I can see a lot of people talking about employment. More pollution. That's a disadvantage. Amazing. LC2 is not that active. Can we have LC2 being active? Shubham, can you write on your group, please? Advantages of urban areas like Mumbai. Advantage, disadvantage, both you have to discuss. Education, facilities, jobs, more profits in economics. Amazing. Education is good. Can we also think from health perspective? Health is an advantage or a disadvantage in a place like Mumbai? Advantage, health as an advantage. Ritesh says both. It's a disadvantage and advantage. So it's a cause and also it has the solution for the health problems. Amazing. In nucleated settlement, people have more good and easy lifestyle. Amazing, Mahima. Can you tell me why? Why is it better to live in a very concentrated? Why is it more good? Employment, great education, facilities like hospitals, nearby transport, amazing. So we're talking about employment, we're talking about transport, we're talking about facilities. It leads to more crimes. That is a great point. All right, we have 1 more minute. Problem in transport thing. Okay, can you elaborate on that? All right, everybody back to the Zoom class. Right, I can see so much enthusiasm. I'm loving how you're all interacting. I hope you're all back on Zoom class. Ankit's point is very, very valid that customs can also be exchanged, right? Now we move on to the second half where we will be discussing disadvantages and advantages of living in dispersed settlement. So in a place like village, what are the disadvantages and advantages? Let's get back to our chats and let's start discussing about that. Okay. So advantages and disadvantages of living in a dispersed settlement we're discussing now. Advantages, proper oxygen, very important right now. Noise pollution is not there. Amazing. Advantages, health, more transportation. Okay. Pollution and a very busy lifestyle. We don't have time for ourselves and our family. Amazing, Amit. So can we now move into the village points fast or dispersed settlement? What are the advantages? Social distancing, very, very important in current times and something that we can actually practice in a village area or in a dispersed settlement. So in the current times, dispersed settlement becomes essential to living. No pollution, less problem. Amazing. What less problems? Can you elaborate? Advantages, oxygen is healthy. Can we also think of disadvantages now? Less facilities are present. So facilities like what? Like health, like what? Less pollution, more greenery, more space to start any business, more farming. Problem for girls, very important, Shiva. But that's there everywhere. I will push you to think more about how connected do you feel villages are from main areas? Do you think transportation, what is the transportation like? Problem of electricity in the villages, amazing. You have 30 more seconds. In night. Okay, yes, Shiva, I got your point. All right. So we have all discussed, and whatever you have said seems the most important. Let's all come back to Zoom now. Amazing. So we're all back at Zoom. Can we type a big, big yes on Zoom call, or however we felt while we were discussing? Like, do we feel engaged? Do we feel excited at the moment that we were sharing so much? Have we all understood the advantages and disadvantages of nucleated and dispersed settlements? Amazing. Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Sanya. Thank you, Shiva. Thank you, Shehbaz. All right, great. I can see so many big yeses, and that really, really makes me happy. All right, we're going to move forward. We have understood at large न्यूक्लिएटेड सेटलमेंट के भी बहुत सारे एडवांटेज और डिसएडवांटेज है डिस्पर्स सेटलमेंट में के भी बहुत सारे एडवांटेज और डिसएडवांटेज है वन थिंग दैट आई फाउंड वाज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग पर्सपेक्टिव एंड आई रियली वांट टू कॉल आउट इज द आइडिया ऑफ सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग कैन somebody tell me who wrote that? I think that was a very exceptional idea that in our situations right now we really really need dispersed settlement, and I just want to call out the person who wrote that. Even I didn't think of it this way. Amazing, Ajit. Please keep connecting the dots like that while we study, right? So this was one of the very very interesting perspectives that we found in the class today. So it's a wow moment, Ajit. Okay, now we are going to move into Brazil, right? So we're going to figure out the population patterns of Brazil, and we're going to figure out how do people live in Brazil. So now I will point out the areas on the map, and you will tell me कि कहाँ पर nucleus है, कहाँ पर displaced है. Okay. What about this area where I've placed stars? Is there nuclear settlement or displaced settlement? Can everybody type on chat? Both. Where can you see? You have to compare it with this map only. शुभम, तो आप देखो कि बाकी एरियाज ऑफ ब्राजील में कितने डॉट्स हैं और इस एरिया में कितने डॉट्स हैं. तो अगर इसमें ज्यादा है तो न्यूक्लियर सेटलमेंट ही होगा. डिस्पर्स्ड, आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द कॉर्नर, अजीत, वेयर आई हैव प्लेस्ड द स्टार्स. Nuclear, amazing. Nuclear. Shubham, why are you saying dispersed? Can you explain that? Are you saying it in comparison to this place? Nuclear, amazing. Right. So this is the eastern coast, and we already studied before that this has the maximum population of Brazil. Along with it, this area, which is Sao Paulo area, has the maximum population, right? Now, in this area, is there nuclear or dispersed settlement? Can you tell me? The mid of Brazil. Dispersed. Divya says dispersed. And Divya, can you mention the reason? The most obvious reason? Dispersed, great. Divya, can you tell us what would be the reason for it? Amazon forest, correct, Ajit. And what about this region? Just not the river basin, can you also see both the highlands? यहाँ पे Guiana highland, यहाँ पर Brazilian highland, that also has dispersed settlement. Why do you think that would be? Why would highlands have dispersed settlement? Can you think about it and answer? Cold temperature, okay, Amit, that can be one of the reasons because we can't live on the highlands. Why can you not live? What about employment opportunities? Can you tell me about employment opportunities? Because it is at the top, you can definitely live there, Ajit, but then would the living conditions would be as good as living on a coast where you are connected to the whole world through sea, where employment is so easy, where you get so much frequent rainfall? So as compared to the coast, there will be less employment on that side. Along with that, in Brazil, because of so much rainfall on the coast side, there's a lot of coffee plantation, right, which gives rise to a lot of employment, and that is why people prefer living in coastal area, and especially Sao Paulo, which is the center for coffee plantation. Okay, so we are going to study about this now. So the reason for nucleated settlement, nucleated कौन सी थी जहां पे concentrated थी, concentrated दो main areas में थी. सबसे पहला था eastern coast, उसके साथ साथ Sao Paulo region, right? So Sao Paulo region is also on the eastern coast, so majorly the eastern coast of Brazil, right? तो अब यहाँ पे सबसे पहले कैसे शुरू हुआ? We studied this in the last chapter that the traveling was so easy from this coast that people started settling on the corner only, especially Europeans, right? So first Europeans came, and like they colonized India, they also colonized Brazil. So they started settling only on the corner of Brazil so that their transport to Europe becomes easy through ships, right? But after Europeans even left, the people of Brazil also preferred to live in the eastern coast, right? Now, what is the reason? Why would they only prefer to live in this small area when they have this huge land, right? So we will be studying reason one by one. The first is the climate. Why climate? The land is flat, you get a lot of rainfall, okay, and that is why the climate is, even though it's hot and humid, it's still pleasant to live in. Okay, second is physiography. So it has a lot of natural resources, it has coffee, it has good water supply, it has coal mines, it has a lot of different forms of natural resources present at the coast. The third thing is occupational opportunity. Like I mentioned, like in Sao Paulo, the soil is very, very rich because of frequent rainfall. Also, do you remember the great escarpment creating orographic rainfall, where rainfall happens on one side and rain shadow on the other side? So on the side in which the rainfall happens, right, on that side a lot of rainfall happens, and because of that, that area's soil is so rich for producing coffee, right? So if it can produce coffee, it can also produce a lot of employment. Hence, Sao Paulo becomes the main region where people want to live in, right? Along with that, the transportation system, not just through the coast, not just through ships, but otherwise also the road transportation, the airways is really good in this specific area. Hence, people prefer living here. Is this clear? ओके शुभम, तो सबसे 4 मेन पॉइंट्स है हमारे इस कॉर्नर के अंदर की बात कर रहे हैं हम. इस कॉर्नर का क्या क्या फायदा है? सबसे पहली चीज कि इसका क्लाइमेट बहुत ही अच्छा है फॉर लिविंग. like it's like Bombay's climate, not too hot, not too cold, very humid, but still there's a flat land to live in. The second is physiography. It has a lot of natural resources, it has a good supply of water. The third is occupational opportunity. So it has a very fertile soil. Because of the orographic rainfall, Sao Paulo has a very fertile soil where we can have coffee plantations, and hence a lot of employment. So a lot of people can work on coffee farms, right? And the fourth is transportation system, which is really good in this specific belt. Rest of you, can you please tell me if these 4 points are clear? Reason for nucleated settlement. Thank you, Shiva. Shubham, is it now clear? Rest of you, can you all please respond? Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Sanya. Thank you, Amit. Ajit, can you अच्छा, एक सेकेंड रुको, बस एक सेकेंड में इससे समझा देती हूँ. ये हमारा कॉर्नर है, ये कॉर्नर सी से बहुत पास है, जिसकी वजह से इधर से हम शिप से ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इजी है. क्योंकि सी है तो यहाँ पे पानी जल्दी आता है, जिसकी वजह से यहाँ पे पानी का फ्लो, यहाँ का क्लाइमेट अच्छा है, यहाँ पे पानी अवेलेबल है. उसके साथ साथ क्योंकि पानी आ रहा है तो इधर की सॉइल फर्टाइल है, तो सॉइल फर्टाइल है तो फार्मिंग इजीली होती है, तो एम्प्लॉयमेंट ज्यादा अवेलेबल है. ठीक है, उसके साथ साथ यहाँ का ट्रांसपोर्ट भी बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे शिप से देखो कितना सी का कनेक्शन है, बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग कनेक्शन फ्रॉम द सी इज देयर. right? So these are the four main things. Is it now clear, Ajit? Only when it's clear, we'll move on. Pradum, abhi clear? Pradum, Ajit, can you mention so that we move forward? Please respond. Great, Ajit. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Pradum. Now we move on to the set places where in Brazil people live in scattered regions. So they live in a dispersed way. So we studied that there are three main regions, the two highlands, Guiana and Brazilian highland, and along with that, the Amazon basin. And we studied that because the Amazon basin is like the river does not have sedimentations on the side, it keeps on flowing, does not form any deltas, so people do not live around the river, right? So there is a huge rainforest around the river, but people don't live here. We studied this in physiography, we studied this in last chapter, and we're studying it here again, right? So we're going to study the main reasons why people don't live here. Okay, now this is not how things are written in the textbook, so please pay attention. Now the climatic conditions of Amazon basin and the highlands is not good, it is unpleasant. People it is very unhealthy for people to live in. The second is physiography, बिकॉज यहाँ पे इतना थिक रेन फॉरेस्ट है तो लोगों के लिए वो लिविंग कंडीशन नहीं है, वहां पे बहुत एनिमल्स रहते हैं, वहां पर क्लियर मतलब प्लेन नहीं है, वहां पे एग्रीकल्चर नहीं हो सकता, सो दैट इज व्हाई पीपल डोंट प्रेफर लिविंग हियर. थर्ड, ऑक्यूपेशन बहुत लिमिटेड है, आप नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को अच्छे से यूज नहीं कर सकते, अमेजोन रिवर तक आप एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज उसके आसपास कोई लैंड ही नहीं है, तो आप कहाँ पर अपना घर बनाओगे, कैसे उसको एक्सेस करोगे, तो उसकी वजह से यहाँ पे ऑक्यूपेशन भी नहीं है और यहाँ से कोई ट्रांसपोर्टेशन भी पॉसिबल नहीं है, क्योंकि यहाँ से मतलब इन एन अमेजोन रिवर यू कांट इवन take a ship or move your ship because ship would need an ocean, a wider space, right? So and the boats will draw down because so much rainfall happens that flooding happens very very occasionally. So that is why you can't live in a space like this. So the four reasons, as you will notice, the four reasons that supported nuclear settlement in eastern coast are the four reasons that form the cause of people not living in Amazon basin and in highlands. Is this clear? The sun ray doesn't go easily to the land, so and there are dangerous animals. Amazing, Ajit. Exactly. So the climate, the physiography does not support people living in, that reduces the occupation opportunities and the transportation system in these areas. Is this clear? Why disperse settlement in these areas? Please write yes or no on chat. Thank you, Shiva. Thank you, Abhishek. Rest of you. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Sanya. Ajay, Ankit, Divya, Amit. Okay, amazing. Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Anjali. Thank you, Dilip. Divya, Lakshmi, are you all lost? All right. Now, if I ask you to differentiate between nuclear and displaced settlements of Brazil, what are the four main points of comparison you will write? Ajay, can you explain it to him later? Okay, can you tell me the four main points that you will write when you are talking about displaced and nucleated settlement in Brazil? On what points will you compare these two things? Let's see. The main points of comparison. जो अभी पढ़े हमने, कौन से चार मेन पॉइंट ऑफ कंपैरिजन थे? प्लेसेस ऑफ सेटलमेंट, okay, what else? Yes, region given. Very important actually. What else? What are all other differences? Resources available, climate, amazing, Pooja. Now we are going somewhere. Rest of you, on what grounds will we differentiate? Amazing, Nidhi. Nidhi says climate, physiography, transportation. Pooja says transportation. Divya says transport, climate, physiography. Great. Correctly identified. This is how we will do the comparison, right? So I will also add region to it, like Ajay correctly identified. Please add region to it. तो कौन से रीजन ऑफ ब्राजील में डिस्पर्स सेटलमेंट है, कौन से में न्यूक्लियर सेटलमेंट है, प्लीज ऐड दैट पॉइंट. अलोंग विद दैट किसकी फिजियोग्राफी कैसी है वो आपको डालना है, क्लाइमेट कैसा है, ऑक्यूपेशन सपोर्ट करती है नहीं करती, ट्रांसपोर्ट सपोर्ट करता है नहीं करता. दिस इज हाउ वी विल राइट अ कंपैरिजन आंसर. इज दिस क्लियर टू एवरीवन? So when I ask you to differentiate, this is how you differentiate. Is this clear? Amazing. You're going to do this today and send it to me. Actually, send it on the group chat. Right. Now we're going to move into the final question with which we started. Like this was our objective, that we had to differentiate between settlements of India and Brazil. So what will be the main points of comparison? If we have to differentiate between India and Brazil settlement, what are the two main points of comparison that we are going to consider? Let's see who answers. This is a little tough question. Space. Yes, Ajay. So space को हम कैसे दो parts में divide करेंगे? Space available. Physiography and climate. Okay, Divya. Physiography. Okay. It's not that tough. Like we divided the space into two parts, right? What were the two parts in which we divided space to study India and Brazil? What were the two parts? Let's see. कौन से दो पार्ट्स थे? किस तरीके की स्पेस? हमने तीन टाइप्स ऑफ स्पेस पाई थी, डिस्पर्स्ड एंड न्यूक्लियर. अमेजिंग. थैंक यू सान्या. थैंक यू योर बडी. राइट? So thank you Nidhi. Okay, so my internet stopped. That's why I'm getting slow messages. All right. So this is how you will draw a point of comparison. You will write dispersed settlement. Then you will write India and Brazil. India में कहाँ पे dispersed settlement मिलती है, ब्राजील में कहाँ पे मिलती है, right? उसके साथ साथ उसके advantages और disadvantages is optional. Then you write nucleated settlement. इंडिया में कहाँ पे है, ब्राजील में कहाँ पे है, उसके advantages disadvantages also you can mention. If it's a longer answer then you can mention that as well, but this is the main answer. Is this clear? Is this clear how we are going to differentiate? Is everything I taught today in the class clear to everyone? I want a big yes or a big no. Both the answers are equally important. Thank you Pooja, thank you Divya, thank you Tanisha, thank you Amit, thank you Mahima. Oh my god, everybody is saying yes, it's a good day. Okay, thank you Ajay, I respect that. Amazing. All right. So with that, we end today's class. Thank you so much for being so patient and so engaging. I'm going to send you the last two slides. I will put everything on Google Classroom. So you can refer to Google Classroom and answer these two questions. First is differentiate between dispersed and nucleated settlements of Brazil. Second is differentiate between settlements of India and Brazil, right? We are answering that right now. in our notebooks. I am sending you everything. So please, please, please do that and make notes from this chapter, right? So I'm putting this PPT on Google Classroom. Please start making notes from this chapter, and we will complete this chapter in the next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Okay, bye bye. Pradum, there is no reduced portion as such. We have to do all the chapters. There's just little parts edited which are not editing. Bye everyone. Bye Pooja. Bye Amit. I hope you all had fun. Bye bye. Good day. Thank you Pooja. You too. Allah Hafiz. Sanya. Corona is back. Thank you. You too. Your buddy. Have a fantabulous day. Yes, Ajay, it's rising and rising and rising and rising and not ending. Yes, Ajay, I'm not leaving my house. Bye bye. Chalo, I'm ending the call. Okay, bye guys. Take care.